been a little over a year and a half since Wall Street started caring about artificial intelligence. And while we know its potential, we're still not quite sure where it will make its most use. Which brings me to this big announcement from Salesforce and Workday this morning. This pair of enterprise software titans have teamed up to create a new AI employee service agent, which will automate time-consuming tasks, provide personalized support, and give workers data-driven insights. They talked about several use cases for this employee support tool, like onboarding new workers, making changes to employee health benefits, career development actions, and many other tasks. It's all very interesting. In my opinion, this sounds like Salesforce and Workday forming a tag team to challenge ServiceNow, the leading player in back-office automation, which did report a very good number tonight. But before we try to extrapolate, let's get some more information from Marc Benioff. He's the co-founder, chairman, and CEO of Salesforce, and Carl Eschenbach is the CEO of Workday. Gentlemen, welcome back to Mad Money.
Great to see you, Jim, and hello from San Francisco, Salesforce Tower Ohana floor.
There you go.
Hi, Jim. Great to see you again.
Well, thank you for coming on the show, gentlemen. I think we should cut right to, Marc, a use case for the AI employee service agent. Tell us why we need this product, what we're going to be able to do now instead of what we used to do if we get this product.
Jim, as you know, AI is all about data. And if you have access to the data, you can have phenomenal AI. If you don't have access to the data, you don't get the AI. And the key to this announcement is we know that we're doing incredible AI for our customers because of the huge amount of data that Salesforce has, 230 petabytes. But now we're federating completely into Workday also. Yes. So we're bringing the Workday data set and the Salesforce data set together. That makes our AI even more powerful.
Now,
why that's important is that with this new agent technology that we talked about on the last show, Jim, all of a sudden you can have a service agent that's doing all your employee service. So all these incredible things that you can do with Workday, you can be able to do autonomously, and also this incredible new expanded data set. There's a whole new range of applications and capabilities that we could have never imagined. Plus, we're layering Slack on top of all of that. So this is really a next step for AI, the ability to kind of bring more and more data together. And as we read these stories about co-pilots and agents maybe not being able to know what to do or how to move forward because they don't have the data, this is an example of two companies coming together to make sure our customers have the data they need to deliver this incredible vision of artificial intelligence.
All right, so Carl, tell me, if I have ServiceNow, which does all this onboarding, and I say to myself, well, I don't know, these two companies that I like very much are getting together, but do I really need it? How much better is this than the current offering?
I think what's most important, Jim, and you mentioned this, Mark, is between the two of us, we have the three most important data sets in the enterprise: the employee data, the customer data, and the financial data. And what our objective of this partnership is to meet our customers' employees in the flow of work where they are. Now, through this new partnership and the data sharing we can do together, whether you're in Slack, whether you're in Workday, or whether you're actually in Salesforce, you can actually stay in those platforms and get access to each of the data sets that we have. You don't have to no longer jump out of either Salesforce or Workday going forward. We will meet you in the workflow and we will solve answers leveraging AI, both Einstein AI and the Workday AI that is unprecedented in the market.
All right, so Carl, you are a legendary investor. I mean, everyone knows both in the East and West Coast that you are an amazing investor. Would you have invested in this joint venture?
Well, thank you for saying that, Jim. That was a 6-year stint in my career where I was doing investing at the great venture capital firm, Sequoia Capital. But here today, we're focused on this partnership, an amazing partnership. I think this is a revolutionary partnership that will change the dynamic of how people leverage AI going forward. And it goes back to this. Between the two of us, the data sets we have are unmatched. And the only way to drive great outcomes with AI or generative AI is if you have a highly curated set of data. And that's what we both have. So if I were an investor, I would absolutely invest in this partnership alongside what Mark and I are doing.
All right, excellent. Now, Mark, this was a big backlash day. We had Ruth Porat was hectored last night with these questions on the Alphabet call about whether all this stuff is worth it. Is the spend worth it? Who has really made any money on AI? Who's really been helped by it? Why is the backlash so severe, and yet you and I both know that this is the next industrial revolution?
Jim, you are 100% right, because I'll tell you that we are on the march right now to Dreamforce. And both of us are really excited, and I'll tell you why. The theme of Dreamforce and really the power of what's happening right now in our industry and what we're really referring to is it's really humans with AI that are driving customer success together and humans with AI that are driving employee success together. This is a very different idea than even what was possible just a couple of years ago. You know, we've been doing predictive AI for a long time. You know, I've been using Einstein to figure out exactly what our sales forecasts are for maybe 5 years. And then, of course, we moved to generative AI. But now this idea of autonomous, wow, and this idea that we have agents that are acting on our behalf, you're seeing the expansion of our human sales forces and our human service forces and really our employee bases extended through artificial intelligence and agents. That's what we talked about, for example, on the last show, the idea that we're able to kind of open up a new sales territory with a sales agent, or do service deflection with a service agent, or in the example now with this federated data set, the ability for employees to get the access to the information they need through using this agent technology. This is humans with AI driving success together. That's a powerful new idea, and we have to get our head around that we're working in a whole new world, and not everyone understands what has happened with this technology yet. It's incredible.
Yeah, if I could just add,
Sure.
Mark, there is a profound impact here, Jim, for both employees and employers. We're talking a lot about changing the employee experience through this new announcement, but also if you're an employer, there are many things you can get through the integration of our data sets. For example, you can do precise workforce planning, taking a look at all the skills that you have in your workforce and matching it against the demand that you have from your Salesforce data. For example, think about doing continuous financial planning, leveraging Workday's financial planning platform, looking at the forecast you have in Salesforce, pulling those two data sets together and determining whether or not you're on track to meet your financial goals or objectives. And last, an example, Mark, I think that's really powerful, you touched on it, is if you're a sales rep, a Workday sales rep, you're in Salesforce because we use your platform, and you're working on a very complex deal, the system now will provide you prompts on what to do next to help close or accelerate that opportunity. So there are many different use cases for both employers and employees. That's the power of all the data sets we have coming together.
At the same time, Carl, I joined the company. I want to know my benefits. You know, normally I'd have to take somebody's time. I would have to get that person on the phone. Maybe they come back. Maybe I use Slack. Maybe someone gets back to me. But this way, if I have any question that's already in your data, it's answered what, in a second?
It is answered in a second. In fact, we think employee onboarding is a great use case for this joint partnership. We can accelerate from days to hours or from hours to minutes the onboarding of an employee. We also will provide a self-service HR agent through this partnership that answers all the questions. For example, if you want to know how much PTO do you have? What's my pay stub look like? What's my taxes? What are the policies? How do I update my benefits in this platform? That can all be automated through this new joint partnership and this new service agent.
Well, again,
and that's also why I'm so excited, because this idea that we're able to deliver this new generation of agent technology, this Agentforce platform that we've talked about, Jim, and how incredible it is, and then to see Workday building on that platform and delivering this incredible capability and integrating with the data cloud, all of our customers are going to benefit. Just last week, right here on this floor, I had Siemens, and you know Roland Bush, the CEO, amazing
absolutely.
company. And it's a huge joint customer of both of us. We work with them very closely worldwide, standardized on Salesforce and standardized on Workday. But the vision for that means that they can have not only a customer service agent, an employee service agent, sales agents, all of these things working inside their company. That is a powerful next generation of what we mean for the global workforce.
Well, okay.
That gives us growth opportunities, all kinds of new opportunities to automate these tasks and deliver it. And it's because we're building this federated data set and with a common user interface with Slack. These three things together deliver this next capability of the enterprise, a new automated enterprise, as I said, where humans with AI are driving this success together.
I understand. I do want to focus just for a second on the competition. The competition, ServiceNow, does not offer the sales component. They don't offer the waterfall component for the CFO. Are you going to come in underneath them in price when you do this, or is it going to be something that you say, listen, you're going to?
No, Jim. What? Jim. They don't offer anything in this category. You're confused. Let me explain to you what Salesforce does. We're the #1 CRM in sales and service and marketing and commerce and in all of these critical customer touch points, 230 petabytes of customer information. This is the #1 HR provider, okay? And incredible financial provider. We use their financials and their HR. Well, okay.
USC and UCLA are not competitors,
you have to
right? USC and UCLA not competitors.
Look, that's like saying that. That's like saying Wiener Schnitzel is competing with McDonald's. This is not. This is two different things we're talking about here. We're talking about how do we deliver the next generation of customer experience, the next generation of the employee experience. How is it that humans with AI are going to drive this success together?
Sounds like apples and oranges to me, then, gentlemen. Right? Apples and oranges.
Again, I think what's
Jim,
important.
this idea, this vision, Jim, that you need to federate your data, get these data sets together. You need to automate, your customer touch points. You need to be able to deliver these agents. You need to be able to deliver the analytics, by the way, with things like we have like Tableau that we're working on together as well. All of these things together make up the next generation enterprise. And that is what is going to drive innovation and growth and profitability and margin and productivity and augmenting our employees using these amazing new technologies.
Excellent.
That's what we're excited about.
And Mark and Jim, if I could just add, if you think about this exciting strategic partnership we're announcing today, it really started 25 years ago when, Mark, you pioneered the movement of, your CRM platform to the cloud. 5 years later, our founders here at Workday, right, David and Neil pioneered moving HCM and eventually ERP to the cloud. Fast forward 20 years later, I called Mark 5 months ago and said, we have the 3 most powerful data sets and system of record in the enterprise between our CRM, between our financials, and between our HR. We need to come together because there's no two companies provide that level of data set for the enterprise other than Workday and Salesforce. And that's the exciting part of this. And it's all automated through
Jim,
the use
I'm going to have to move
AI.
on, but thank you for explaining to me and to everybody the importance of this joint venture. Thank you, Marc Benioff, CEO of Salesforce, Carl Eschenbach. You will see me at Dreamforce, absolutely. And Carl Eschenbach, CEO of Workday, Elton John. Fantastic. And Mad Money's back after the break.
Coming up, Thermo Fisher turned in a sterling quarter. Cramer digs into the scientific method. Next. Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @Jim Cramer on X. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadMentions. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.